Hello again everyone, Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Want to bring you a video on the new gearing that is happening in Star Wars. There are some different things you can do and different ways you can get gear up. Unfortunately, they have changed the gearing system, so best in slot gear will now be from the raid and on nightmare mode. That's where it's going to come from. Your best in slot gear is raid dependent. So if you don't raid, unfortunately, you won't have best in slot. Now, the argument could be made, if you don't raid, do you need best in slot? But again, I don't know why they switched this to make it lock behind certain activities, but they have. So I'm never a fan of when you lock it behind a certain activity. It's just not what I like, because there's some people in the game that don't do that activity, and that's something they don't have a group for, something they don't choose to do, something they don't want to do. So why are you locking gear that they can't have behind that? But that's my personal opinion. Anyway, I'll show you how the gearing works at 7.0. Firstly, you need to hit level 80, which can be done in 45 minutes. I've done a video showing just do the story mode, and you'll be done in like 45 minutes. It's not that hard. Once you hit 80, talk to this guy. He will give you a quest, technological advancements. It will give you your implants, so that you will have to deal with him to get your different implants. You have different implants that are legendary. That's who you get them from, and they work like a tier set. So they are more like a tier set, so they would give you bonuses like your old gear sets did, and that will be in your implants. You can wear 2, and each one will be different. So depending on what tier you or gear set or whatever the mod that you want to call them is, that is where you get it from the implant researcher. Beyond that, the gear, it looks like, is just going to be DPS gear, healing gear, tank gear. They said the DPS one will be best for DPS, so theoretically, you will only need to carry 3 gear sets on you plus the different implants, theoretically. Now, you're going to say, how do I get these gear sets? Very easy. Once you hit level 80, go to the Conquest gear vendor. You should, when you hit level 80, have hit your Conquest cap if you're in a guild, or if you're not in a guild, it gives you 200 medallions. So you should have 200 of the Medal of Commendations, which will allow you to buy a set of gear at 320 from the Conquest gear vendor. Now, the Conquest gear vendor has an upgrade vendor beside it. You can upgrade the Conquest gear all the way up to 326. You can upgrade Flashpoint gear to 326, 328, I'm hearing, if you do Master Mode. So, Flashpoint gear will go up to 328. Best in slot Nightmare gear goes to, I believe, 334. So, roughly those are the numbers. But if you're looking to get to 326, basically where these cap out at, very easy. Conquest gear upgrades. I've upgraded one piece already. So, if you have the 320, you can see it will upgrade to 322 your first time you upgrade it. I've upgraded the boots. Mine are 322 right now. And to upgrade to 324. You will still need your aquatic resource materials, and I'll tell you how to get them shortly. But if you just click, it's going to use 70 resource materials, 20k plus 25 medallions. Or medals, sorry. This will now be upgradable to 326. I don't have the resource matrix to get it up to 326 yet. I'm just shy, so I will do that later on, and also let you know if that caps out, or if you can actually get to 328, which I do not believe. I believe this is a cap, 326, and you get it by doing a whole lot of different activities. I will show you, because I have some Flashpoint gear. I don't have the accommodations to improve it, but you can see this also requires aquatic resource matrices and Medal of Commendation, but it requires the isotope stabilizers, which you get from doing Flashpoints. Vice versa, the operation one will require operation isotopes, which you get from doing operations. So you have to keep doing them to get different ones to upgrade this gear. Theoretically, the Flashpoint is going to be very close to the Conquest until you start doing Master Mode. Now that you know where the gear vendors are, they're in the fleet. in the supply area where your regular, gear set vendors were, to basically get those aquatic matrix resources, the thing that you're going to be spending everything on and requires everything. You have to do certain areas. So there'll be heroic missions. You'll get 4 of these weeklies per 4 of the weeklies per day. I believe it's per day, or you get 4. They might be per week, but you can do them 3 times a week. They are repeatable 3 times, so you can repeat them 3 times a week on the certain ones, and you will get 4 per week. I will show you where those are. You can also get them. There's your resource matrix from doing the daily areas. So Black Hole, Section X, Oricon will also give you the matrices. Now, to get the ones from the weekly, I've already picked them up, so unfortunately, and then done them on a couple. So unfortunately, I really can't show you the weekly part, but you will go to the Heroic Mission Terminal. It will be in the Combat Training section, and you will pick up, it will say weekly above it. So if you're doing Corellia was one, they would have a weekly here. If you're doing, the other one was Terrace. As you can see, Terrace did reset for me. So I can repeat this mission 2 more times, accepting this, but the dailies do not reset for another 15 hours. So they reset on reset time. I don't know where you are, but in Eastern time, it is reset at 7 a.m., I believe. So pick up your weeklies and then pick up the following heroics to get it. The weeklies will give you 20 resources as well, plus the dailies you're doing give you 3. Very easy to do. Just going back and doing heroics to get stuff to upgrade your gear. That is a quick in and out of gearing at level 80. So it will require you to do lots and lots of heroics and all that fun stuff. So if you've been doing it already, it's not a big deal for you. If you haven't been, you'll have to do some daily and weekly missions. And they are available if you just go to your icon and go to the solo play, you'll see it's available. So you can go to the daily areas, get your 25 from doing the daily areas, which will include all these quests you have to pick up at each location. They will also give you a chest, which if you open the chest, it will give you a piece of gear as well. Anyways, that's a quick ins and outs. Again, the caps for Flashpoints, Veteran Mode, are 326, I believe. The cap for Conquest gear is 326, and then Master Mode Flashpoints is 328, and then your gearing for your operations goes up from there. 330, 332 for Master Mode, and 334 should be for Nightmare Mode. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I've tried to keep it as simple as I can, but it definitely is a new system, so there might be some questions on it. Anyways, Deflect, Firm and Fair Gaming. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.